Now, I think it's pretty safe to say that the future of the Star Wars franchise seems to be quite expansive, not just with their books, novels, comics, and video games, but also, let's not forget about their new Star Wars TV shows, their new Star Wars movies, and more, that's really going to shape the new Star Wars universe. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, one thing about Disney Star Wars is that yes, we do know that they are currently in a phase of desperation and damage control to really get the ball rolling again when it comes to this massive universe, but they're also trying to really take a lot of Star Wars fans that walked away from the franchise and bring them back into this new EU by George, John, and Dave. Now, a lot of changes are in fact being made behind the scenes over at Lucasfilm in order to really regulate the Star Wars universe, to really make it back to the way it used to be before 2012, before when Disney took over Lucasfilm. So, with that being said, we do know that a lot of progress is being made. The Mandalorian Season 2, mind you, I gotta say, has been off to a great start. The Mandalorian Season 3, by the way, is already starting as we speak by Jon Favreau. They're already getting into the scripts and getting ready to release that next year in 2021, and Season 4 in 2022, so a lot of things are coming to light here for Star Wars. However, what's really intriguing all has to do with writer and director Rian Johnson and the new Star Wars trilogy. Now, specifically, of course, a lot of fans have been very curious about what in the world has been going on with Rian Johnson's trilogy. Now, with the Skywalker saga now over, both Disney and Lucasfilm have been focused on their new Star Wars universe that will in fact deliver a brand new experience to Star Wars fans around the world. Now, it's explained that as of right now, both Bob Iger and Bob Chapek are fully embraced with the new Star Wars universe. However, it's noted that recently the Disney CEO, Bob Chapek, has cancelled the Rian Johnson Star Wars trilogy that was going to deliver a brand new version of Star Wars. It's explained that Rian Johnson's trilogy of Star Wars was going to introduce a parallel universe at one point in time that would be considered the mirror universe of the known Star Wars universe. So let's stop right there for a second, is that Rian Johnson initially had planned to create a Star Wars trilogy that was going to include a parallel Star Wars universe, essentially. I'm not quite sure how this really would have, really gone over. This sounds more like a regular science fiction film that you see on the Sci-Fi Channel. That's kind of like what you would see it as, I guess you could say, with him just throwing the Star Wars label on top of it. That's how it comes off as. Now, Rian Johnson, in my point of view, absolutely was not fit for Star Wars. He wrecked The Last Jedi. He completely derailed the franchise. Nothing great came out of Rian Johnson. I mean, there's pretty much no denying this. However, when we go ahead and examine what they were trying to do with his new trilogy, obviously they kept putting it off. They kept not talking about it. They kept it very hush-hush, right? And everything was just locked up. Nobody really knew much about Rian Johnson's trilogy. Now, the thing that really was quite concerning if this actually came to be a reality is that this was Rian Johnson's original idea for the new Star Wars trilogy that was being developed between himself, Kathleen Kennedy, and Ram Bergman. It's noted that Kathleen Kennedy was creating her own little Star Wars universe with Rian Johnson at the time, and that his Star Wars trilogy was also going to tap into a point in time in which the Force was dead and no longer existent, with a brand new power called the Vitality that began in his new movies. Now, we talked about this lightly a couple of months ago, about Rian Johnson exploring some new power or some kind of his own version of the Force, if you will, called the Vitality. Now, Bob Chapek saw these movies as a disaster and decided to delete the trilogy altogether, which is said to be the reason as to why the community has not heard a thing about Rian Johnson's new trilogy. His movies were also going to feature no Jedi, no dark side warriors, and would not even involve lightsabers in the mix at all. So you can see that Rian Johnson was just breaking the Star Wars tradition, taking everything away. The Force, the Jedi, the Sith, the dark side and the light, even lightsabers, all gone in his new trilogy. This was basically going to be a science fiction Star Wars trilogy. That's basically what it was going to be, a science fiction series with Star Wars just thrown on top of it. I think that honestly, it was a good move by Bob Chapek. He made the right call to kind of call it quits on that and just put it to rest, which is why Rian Johnson has not even made a peep about his actual trilogy. He has not spoken about it in over a year, pretty much. So, While I do, respect the fact that Bob Chapek is doing everything in his power, he is going through a lot of challenges still. He's really trying to fix what Kathleen Kennedy had destroyed, and really trying to pick up the pieces and put everything back together again. The biggest question of all is, can he actually do it? I believe that he can. I really do believe in Bob Chapek. I think that he's going to really capture the Star Wars experience that we all want to see, either on the big screen or at home on a streaming service like Disney+. A lot of things really are coming together as we speak. So, yeah, I think that obviously Disney knows what they're doing. They're very ambitious now. They know what the fans want, and they're probably just figuring that this is the way now. So with that being said, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about this below in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.